Holy smokes. Did you see the news? Did you see the news today? I bet you when you looked at the news, it didn't make you feel all nice and cozy like this fire, did it? It probably made you concerned for the future. For your family, for your kids, for your nieces, nephews, grandkids. It probably made you feel concerned about your own future, about the future of our republic, the future of the world. This is Mickey with CarryTrainer.com, Drew behind the editing desk. I just want to chat for a little bit on a few simple things we can do when the stuff all around us gets overwhelming. Not our normal shooting topics, but the general thought behind this channel is living a long, full life. So we kind of use this idea. The idea is, why am I training? Why am I going out for walks? Why am I eating good food? Why am I learning to use a gun? Why am I learning to fight with my fists? It's because I want to live a long and full life. The full part is important. I don't just want to live a long time. I want to live a full life. I want to enjoy my family, my loved ones. A bunch of sunsets, right? A bunch of sunrises, a bunch of lovely meals, Christmases, Easter coming up, etc. I can't do that if I am filled with fear and angst. I go to a barber shop in my town, and every day he's got on one of the news stations just playing in that loop. That 24-hour news cycle is a disease for our brain. It is marketing, and it is meant to suck us in. It's meant to suck us in, get our attention. One, so that we keep looking at the ads, the ad dollars. It's just like selling boobs. It's just like selling tasty beer. It's just like selling fast motorcycles or cars. It's something that you enjoy or something that through an emotional attachment, oftentimes fear, anxiety, we feel if I don't see this, if I don't see this little bit of news, I'm going to not have the scoop. I'm not going to know what's going on. There's a difference between knowing what's going on and being informed and being the dumping grounds, the mental toilet, the mental trash can of the media machine. I don't need to see and know everything going on in the world to live my life, to live a long, full life. Again, it doesn't mean that you should be uninformed, but if I spend my time looking at every single thing going on in the world, what am I not doing? I'm not tending the fires at my own house, right? I'm not concerned with or doing the things that are important to me and my family. If you go out in the woods and you watch an animal, those animals are concerned about other things like predators, weather, right? I bet you the squirrels, as they're gathering nuts, are not like, oh, I wonder what Mr. Squirrel over there is doing. He's probably got a really nice family in that tree, blah, 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 right? No, he's concerned about where's the nuts? How do I find more of them? How do I stuff them in the tree, right? That red-tailed hawk flying around is concerned with where's the mouse? Where's the snake? Where's the fish, right? How do I get it in my belly? That's it. I think we have gotten so globalized with these beautiful devices that we are forgetting what's important. So if you start to feel overwhelmed from all this stuff, let's use Coach Lou Holtz's very simple mindset baseline test. What's important now? Win. Coach Lou Holtz was a famous coach of Notre Dame. I'm not a big football guy, but I love the coach's teaching. What's important now? I can use that as a way to drag myself back into the moment. Here's an example. You're driving down the road, you get a flat tire. It's late at night, you're on the interstate. What's important now? Get off the road, right? What's important now? Try to get the vehicle to a safe spot where I can fix the tire or assess the situation, not stop in an unsafe position. What's important now? Make sure that I am in a well-lit area if possible. Get the hazard lights going. Get the emergency lights out. What's important now? If I have somebody, get them to watch traffic. What's important now? Get the jack, the spare, get all the tools ready to go so that I can change the tire as fast as possible. What's important now? Make sure I've identified proper lift points. Make sure I've chalked the wheels of the vehicle, set the parking brake, etc., as per the requirements for your given vehicle, right? What's important now? Do you see what I'm saying? You can break things down into very compartmentalized steps. Let's do another one. I develop a bad habit of constantly looking through the never-ending news feed of vomit from mass media that creates angst and anxiety and fear in me, accelerates my heart rate, accelerates my pulse, and gets my blood pressure up, right? Makes me not think about all the joy in the world around me. What's important now? Identify all the good I have around me. Friends, family, loved ones, physical health, the beauty of nature, right? What's important now? What am I going to eat today? Well, let me go out and start taking a look at what I'm eating so that I'm putting good, nutritious food in my body. That seems cool. When's the last time I exercised? Let me start making some points on that. Food, exercise, all of these things, we are now inundated with apps. Everything is making life easier. And in doing so, we rob ourselves of the ability to develop discipline, focus, to learn and educate ourselves. An app on diet or an app on exercise, there's nothing wrong with that. But if we are consumed by all this electronic stuff, and this talk is not anti-electronics, I want to talk more about reconnecting with ourselves as a living, breathing, human flesh and blood being. I saw last night on Facebook an advertisement for a beautiful woman, and you could click here. She was AI, and you could create your own girlfriend that you could trade illicit pictures with. So somebody's going to download an app, AI, and get a fake girlfriend that's a computer model, and that person's going to send nudes of themselves to a computer. What in the actual F are we doing? And this is like, let's make insanity normal, right? There are real flesh and blood girls out there, boys. If you don't have a girlfriend or a wife, you can go talk to one. Hey, my name's Bob. What do you like? Oh, you like long walks on the beach? So do I. Would you like to go for a walk? Right? What's wrong with that? These apps, this interconnection through these little glass tiny screens is robbing us of the real world. What's important now? This little tiny trip that we get for 50 or 100 trips around the sun, if you so do believe in our solar system, you weirdo flat earthers. It's real. You have muscles and blood and bone and sinew. You are real. This virtual world that we've created, it's real, but it's robbing you from the feel, the touch. When's the last time you went and dug in the garden? It's time to get the seedlings started to grow a garden, to grow some real food. When's the last time that you made bread with your own two hands and felt the sticky dough upon your skin and rolled it out and smelled that warm dough rising in the house, right? When's the last time you did that? When's the last time you did some push-ups until exhaustion with proper form, mind you? Elbows back, not out, don't hurt your shoulders. When's the last time you went for a walk in the woods with your kids? Chewed on a piece of grass, watched the creatures of nature do their thing. When's the last time you sat next to a pond and listened to the frogs? Watched the turtles do their thing. Watched the wood ducks scurrying about. That is real. That is what is real. And if I am engaged in the business of living, when my days are done, regardless of if there's some apocalypse or some flu that passes around the world that people make us wear paper masks, regardless of all of that insanity and nonsense, I am engaged in the business of life. You know, the whole point of why we carry a gun, to reiterate the point, is to protect my life, protect what's going in to the supercomputer of your being, because that is the essence of you. What can I control? I can control what I can eat. I can control my exercise output. I can control my flexibility. I can control my sleep patterns. All right? Write this stuff down. What do I eat? Is it good, wholesome food? Is it the way that nature made it? Or is it all processed and full of shit? And if you don't know the difference, I do some reading on that. Some good podcasts that we've done. Marcy Zavella is a good one. She wrote a book on food. Check it out, Marcy Zavella. Zavala. Zavala, yes. It's here on the channel. What am I eating? What's my exercise output? Am I walking on the regular? Am I doing some stretching to stay flexible and mobile? What am I viewing? What am I thinking about? My thoughts are the number one thing I can control in my life. What are we thinking about? I'm guilty of it. The reason I'm having this talk with you is because I caught myself doing that tornado of BS where you start looking at all the crap that's out there. And in doing so, you forget about what's here. What's here. That's the part that matters the most, guys and gals. This isn't Mick preaching. This is me talking to you as a buddy. This is me talking as somebody that's looking at, seeing the same stuff that the rest of us are seeing. It's scary. Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's scary. But what's important now? What am I thinking about? What am I eating? Who am I with? Am I telling the people that I love them? Are you grabbing onto your kids and giving them a good squeeze, saying that mom or dad loves you? You grabbing your buddies, giving them a little noogie? There's nothing wrong with that. If you're a man and you can't hug another man and tell him you love him, ask yourself why. Why can't I tell my male friends I love you? I appreciate you as being part of my life. What's wrong with that? Oh, come on, don't you? What are you, a weirdo? No. I mean, if I love you, I want you to know I love you. That's the stuff that matters in our life. I've got a long drive coming up. Headed to Las Vegas for 4 days of training with a man that's a dear friend of mine, Coach Dan Hart. We're going to be at 10th Planet, Las Vegas. We're going to do 2 days of training at the gym on the mats. We're going to do 2 more days of training out at Pro Gun Vegas. We're going to have a visit to Super Bell Ammunition. We're going to get some special firearms exposure with Super Bell, some pretty cool stuff. We're going to do some gel block testing. That's going to be cool. After that, we've got another event in Vegas in a few weeks. We've got events all over the country, from California to New York. There's some stuff that we're involved in Oklahoma. There's stuff that's in Tennessee, the big S12 event, which is about 2/3 full. So if you want your spot at S12, medical, combatives, self-defense, all in one, food and all that included, check that out. We've also got a sale going on right now. I might as well tell you, $100 off all training. Done with that sales pitch. That was a sales pitch because I got to make a living too. But what I am most concerned about is that we collectively, this community of people like you and me that think about these things, are putting the right stuff out into the world. Because if we're not, what are our kids seeing? What are the kids that we're teaching seeing? What are the kids at the gym seeing? What are the neighborhood kids hearing as they see the dads out BSing in the garage, in the yard? What are they hearing at Cub Scouts? What are they hearing at church? What are they seeing? That's palpable for young people, and that becomes the next thing. We're men. You and I are cut from the same cloth as the patriots that created this place. It's on us. It's on you. It's on me to do something. And the number one thing we can do is control what comes into us and control what comes out of us. Be well. Don't be dickheads. Grab you some Ignis Lux coffee. Firelight. Ciao.